Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are with Josh Hale.
So nice to be with you tonight.
Nice
Thanks
to
very
meet
much
you.
for having me here. This is a great party. Look forward to celebrating tonight.
I'm so glad that we got to meet you today and actually have a couple of moments to speak to you in regards to the awards you're receiving tonight. How are you feeling, first of all?
Few butterflies, and frankly, a little embarrassed. I am humbled by this. It's Iskali is such a great organization and does so much great work and has tremendous leadership and so many great people involved. I don't know how I fit into any of this, so I'm very humbled but honored.
As from Iskali, we just want to say a big thank you for everything you have done for all the Catholic schools in Chicago. And on part of that, we want to actually ask you a couple of questions. So we want to start off with if you could give your younger self a piece of advice to let them know about where you are here, what would the advice be?
The advice to my younger self, if I go back, it would be focusing more on being present in community, listening to community, and joining in with the community to affect change, versus one of my darker moments, complaining and saying, why don't those people do something? Why don't they try something? And being upset versus get to action, do something. Get to be a part of Iskali and change the world. I think that's
I like that advice. I'm pretty sure that your younger self would very much
I'm still telling my older self that too. Still learning.
That's good. I love to hear that we are all learning as well from you. So the next question I have for you, actually, what services that you've done in your childhood marked or brought you to who you are today?
I think some of the biggest was the faith community I grew up in. We went to a Catholic community. It wasn't a parish. It was a group of people that came from all over. They were very interested in social justice, service, and really bring the gospel out to the world versus just staying in the church. And so we did a lot of service. We went to shelters, homeless shelters. We did prison ministry. We served meals, all sorts of things. And then my mother was big in service, and she used to take us to Haiti in the summer, and we would do service. We'd go down there for a few weeks to a month in the summer. And that really, when I was in those moments, my soul was filled by being part of, community, working with others and living out faith versus sitting on a couch and complaining about things. We were out doing things. And that was really left a huge impression on my life and why I think I ended up where I am today and the work that I'm involved with.
Wow, that is very interesting to hear, to know that you've done service since a young age. And speaking about that, can I hear a little more about the program that you have that keeps our Catholic schools open? How did you start out? What were the first steps you took?
Well, I first moved to Chicago. I worked at Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, which is a Catholic school in Chicago. And I lived and worked in the school and lived in the community. And the Latino community, I found it to be one of the most uplifting, rewarding. I loved going to the local taqueria, to the grocery store, El Güero, to get my coffee in the morning. I rented from this wonderful family. Thank God they fed me. She was a grandmother, and I think she was always concerned I wasn't married, and it was wonderful. But working at school, there was so much hope in that community. And the Catholic schools really bring people together. And so Big Shoulders is an extension of that. Big Shoulders worked with Catholic schools across the city, on the south and west side. Many of the schools are primarily Latino. And we work with community. We listen to community and respond by trying to support, whether that's by providing scholarship dollars or programmatic support or enrichment or trips, whatever it is that helps so many talented young people find pathways to brighter futures. And so I'm lucky to be part of it. People before me started it. I joined and I'm just on the team. And frankly, as I watch Iskali grow, Vicente and I talked about, I really hope we continue to find ways to partner together to bring Iskali leaders like yourselves in to mentor the young children in our Catholic schools, that we continue to help reach back and pull more students to realizing what you did, that being part of a community like this enriches our lives and helps all of us to be more successful.
That's so beautiful to hear that you started out in a Latin community with Cristo Rey, that to know that you were nourished by younger people to continue this.
Yes.
You don't hear that often.
Nourished is right. I really did. I think back, I worked there for 5 years. I think it was 5 of the best years of my life.
May I ask what you started out working as?
I was in charge of raising money and helping. There's a jobs program, so helping to recruit companies to be part of our school community.
Oh, that's so cool.
I wanted to teach Spanish, but they wouldn't let me. Apparently, mi español no soy muy bien, pero
Vamos a practicar un poco más.
practicando todos los días. Necesito una maestra.
Sí, aquí estamos todos los jóvenes para enseñarte el día de hoy.
Gracias.
Y hablando de los jóvenes, any piece of advice that you want to give these young folk who are looking up to you or who want to become who you are and help back into the Latin community?
Don't look up to me. Look up to people like you, Vicente, and your community. It's around you. And I think I look up to, like I just said, to Vicente and to all of you who are pulled towards something. You could very easily be somewhere tonight at a party or at a restaurant or sitting at home watching a movie, but you're here tonight. I bet many nights you're out at activities of all the Iskali, mentoring, tutoring, helping others. Fills your soul, but you're helping others. And when I see that, it gives me great hope for the future. And so I look up to you. I look up to your community that when I'm starting to feel down or feeling the world is in a bad place, I look to groups like Iskali that give me hope. So look to each other, look to community, and that way we lift each other up.
Thank you so much. Is there one final thing that you want to let everyone know, everyone who's at home watching us or who will see this later on, anything you want that we believe will impact them?
I think that hope is alive and well because of Iskali, and muchísimas gracias a todo por su trabajando.
Okay, muchas gracias.
Muchas
Josh, por tu
gracias
entrevista el día
también.
de hoy. Te
Gracias,
vemos, bye.
gracias, gracias.